You're probably scrolling through a dozen home cardio machines, wondering which one will actually stick in your routine without turning your living room into a noisy gym. The fear is real. Spend a few $100s on a stair climber that squeaks, takes up half the floor, or just feels like a gimmick, and end up with an expensive paperweight. You want something reliable, easy to live with, and worth the money, not a glossy spec sheet that sounds impressive but never delivers in daily life. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The EFFICRAFT Stairmaster isn't marketed with a laundry list of horsepower ratings or crazy high speed numbers. What matters more is how the machine fits into the rhythm of a typical day. Imagine you're a busy professional who can only spare 10 minutes after work for a quick cardio burst. You step onto the pedals, the LED screen lights up, and you can see steps, time, calories, and heart rate all at a glance. That immediate feedback lets you set a realistic goal, say 200 steps in 5 minutes, and actually hit it without guessing. If you're a parent juggling kids, the quiet operation is a huge plus. The motor is designed to be low noise, so you can run a session while the little ones are doing homework or watching TV. In the reviews, users consistently note that the machine doesn't sound like a commercial gym beast. You won't hear a grinding clank that makes the whole house vibrate. That makes it feasible to keep the unit in a basement, a spare bedroom, or even a large closet without disturbing anyone else. On the other hand, if you're after a high-intensity hit-class vibe with explosive bursts and rapid deceleration, this isn't the best match. The stepping motion is deliberately smooth and joint-friendly, which is fantastic for people with knee or lower back concerns, but it also caps the maximum speed at a comfortable 15 step-per-minute range. For seasoned athletes looking to push past a plateau with aggressive sprint intervals, a commercial-grade treadmill or a more aggressive stair climber might be a better investment. Who should actually consider buying the EFFICRAFT? First, anyone who values a low-impact cardio option that still burns a respectable amount of calories. The smooth, continuous stepping mimics the natural motion of climbing stairs without the jarring impact you get from a treadmill or an elliptical's abrupt transitions. Second, folks who appreciate built-in heart rate monitoring, the sensor on the handlebars gives you real-time data, which can be useful if you're training in specific zones. Third, people with limited space who need a compact footprint. The machine's frame is slimmer than many traditional Stairmasters, and because the console is integrated, you don't need a separate monitor taking up extra room. Who might want to skip it? If your budget is under a couple of $100s, you'll find cheaper stepper models that get the job done, but they'll lack the LED console and the refined motor that keeps the noise down. Also, if you're looking for a machine that folds up for storage, the EFFICRAFT doesn't collapse. You'll need a dedicated spot. Finally, anyone who insists on a warranty that includes on-site service should be aware the product comes with a drop-off service-only policy, meaning you'll have to ship it back for repairs. That could be a hassle if you're not comfortable with that arrangement. The practical strengths are clear once you try it out. The real-time LED tracking removes the guesswork. You can glance at the screen and instantly see if you're burning the calories you expected for the time you have. The heart rate sensors, while not medical grade, are accurate enough for most home workouts and let you stay in a fat burn or cardio zone without pulling out a separate chest strap. The quiet motor lets you run a session early in the morning or late at night without waking the household, which is a surprisingly common pain point for apartment dwellers. One hidden trade-off is the lack of adjustable footplates. The pedals are fixed, which works fine for most users, but if you have unusually wide hips or need a custom angle for comfort, there's no built-in way to tweak that. In my own test, after about 30 minutes of continuous stepping, my calves started to feel a mild fatigue. That's normal for a stair climb, but it does mean you might want to alternate with a lower-impact machine if you plan on longer cardio sessions. Also, the premium in-home setup wording suggests the delivery and assembly are handled by the seller, but you'll need to clear a decent amount of floor space and have a power outlet within reach, which some buyers forget during the initial excitement. From a value perspective, the EFFICRAFT sits at a sweet spot between basic step mills and high-end commercial units. You're paying for a motor that's engineered to stay quiet, a console that aggregates all the data you care about, and a design that's kinder to your joints. If you compare that to a cheaper, no-screen version, the added cost translates directly into usability. You spend less time fiddling with a phone app or